bonjour, benvenuto, and welcome to Creative Cooking. My name is Nicole Braxton, and I will be your host as we travel the world one bite at a time. Today we'll be focusing on our lifestyle segment, and some of the recipes we'll be making are infused detox water, an island breeze smoothie, Asian salad, chia pudding, and last but not least, a strawberry banana smoothie. For our detox water, some of the ingredients include 1 cucumber slice, a 1/4 cup of fresh strawberries slice, 1 lemon squeeze, a 1/4 cup of mint, and 32 to 60 ounces of water. So for our first recipe, we will start it out. You can put your water into a nice pitcher or a bowl like this. We'll just pour it in. Now you can actually add any type of fruit that you like. These are some of the fruits that I like. I like strawberries because they're filled with antioxidants. So this is a nice fruit to add into the water. And according to different books such as Proof Positive, they're one of the top 10 fruits with loaded antioxidants. So just slice it. And it also reminds me of a different verse that I read. It's talking about essentially the fruits of the Spirit. It's amazing that there's so many fruits of the Spirit, such as love, joy, and peace. So when I think of this detox water, I really think of all the beautiful things that we can have when we have a strong relationship with God. So this reminds me of the fruits of the Spirit. So we have some strawberries, and next I will put some mint in there. You want to make it fresh, and it also brings out the different flavors from the other fruits if you like to put in there. So we'll put our strawberries in. And it smells so fresh. I really, really like this just by smelling it, and once you let it sit and marinate in the water, it really has a refreshing taste. So we have our mint in there. We will also put cucumbers. You can slice up your cucumbers. It's starting to take on a really pretty color. And then I like lemon. This is a really great thing. You squeeze your lemon directly in to your water. And if you want, you could add a little bit more mint leaves. Put in our finished strawberries. Cut up a little bit more. All right. And now you just give it a stir. Smells amazing. I'm so excited to try it. And now what you'll do, you can wrap it and cover it, and then you'll put it in your refrigerator and get ready to try it the next day. Overnight, all of the flavors will marinate, and you'll be able to effectively infuse the water with the different fruits and the mint leaves. So make sure you let it sit overnight, and then you're ready to go. So this brings us to our next recipe, which is an island breeze smoothie. And the ingredients include 0.4 ounces of kale, 0.4 ounces of parsley, a half lemon squeezed, 1 cup of pineapple, around a half cup of water, and ice as needed. So let's get started. For this smoothie, I am going to take the pineapple and put it inside of our blender. It's really nice to get a high-speed blender because it effectively processes everything that you put in there. Then I'm going to take some spinach. You can get it frozen or you can get it fresh. So I'll pour this in here. I'll also do some parsley. Then I like to add some lemon. It gives it a nice twang. It brings out the citrus, and it just is a really nice thing to accent all the different fruit inside. Then I'll add some water. Water is a really good thing outside of the smoothie just to continuously incorporate in your lifestyle. It helps, you know, blood to flow effectively within your body. It helps you to function better, have a clearer mind. It is a really good thing to add. It also helps to get rid of toxins in the body. So including the adequate amount of water in your daily life is really, really important. So we're gonna put some in there, and then also put some ice cubes. And as you blend, you can decide how many ice cubes you'd like. If you like your smoothie a little more have more liquid, or if you want it to be thicker, you can add more ice. So we have this all in there, and then we're just gonna blend it. The great thing about this smoothie, we only had a little bit of parsley. We also had spinach as well, but you can really see that it's taking on that live green color. But the pineapple sweetens up the smoothie, so it's a good balance. All right, now this is my favorite part. This is the part where I get to try this delicious smoothie. All right, so I'm gonna take some. At this point, if you want, you can also put some more ice to make it thicker. This is a good consistency for me. Now it's time to taste. That is good, really, really good. So if you decide throughout making your smoothie, if you want to have a little bit more pineapple, you can do that. If you want to add a little bit more spinach, remember these recipes are really great to have as a base. You can alternate it and adjust it to fit your taste. So this is a smoothie that I really enjoy. So I can't wait to try some more. But this brings us to our next recipe. For our Asian salad, we'll have 3 cups of shredded cabbage, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, a half lime squeeze, 2 to 3 tablespoons of amino brags, 1 cup of carrot shredded, a half cup of sliced almonds, 1.5 green onions chopped, a half cup of shredded purple cabbage, 15 ounces of mandarin oranges, and peanut sauce. So for our Asian salad, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the cabbage and we'll put it in. And what I really like about it is because it's fresh, and not only that, you can tell that you're going to get a lot of nutrients. You can get a mixed cabbage or like a slaw mixture, or you can just cut it up yourself, shred it yourself. So we'll put some of that in there as well. Now, also, we will put some different carrots in there. So you can chop it. I love carrots because they have beta carotene in there. It's really good to put in their salad. And then I like to do this rocky motion that really helps me to cook. So you just go like this, and just keep rocking. There we go. So now we have our carrots. We'll put those in there. You can shred them, you can chop them, whichever you prefer. And you know, when we're making an Asian salad, it really makes me think. So when I was in college, I went and studied in Hong Kong, which is one of my absolute favorite places that I've ever visited. I've actually tried to go back and study there But they said I had been there a long time and wanted to give someone else a chance. So I said, okay, I understand. But ultimately, when I was there, I had a really amazing experience beyond just excitement. It brought me to a point and actually led me to essentially you, because when I was there, I started to become interested in developing a relationship with God. So I went and I prayed and I asked God, you know, I would like to develop this relationship, and can you please give me a church family? And when I was there, it was really unique because one of my classmates, she invited me to her church, and I started learning about this concept of resting. And as a human being, rest is amazing. I absolutely love to rest. It's one of my favorite things to do. And this concept of rest, it happened on a Saturday. I was like, Saturday? What is that all about? So I started going to church on Saturdays, and I started to learn more. And through this time, I started learning about this concept that there's one day every week that we as human beings can rest, which actually goes back to the New Start acronym that I've talked about before. It's called New Start, which is nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, air, rest, and trusting in God. So it's really interesting, this concept of rest, you know, literally physical rest, you know, going to sleep and things like that, but also taking time to spend away from work and to just have that time to restore and focus on something bigger than myself. And that was God for me. And I really like that concept. And after learning more about this concept of rest, I prayed and I asked, how could I share that with the world? And it really guided me in a direction of health. And that's how I became interested in cooking more. So that's why I do enjoy making plant-based meals, and I really like incorporating more plant-based meals into my diet because it really helps me to be healthier. I really learned this awesome concept too, that our body is our temple. Essentially, what we put in our body can actually directly impact our health, whether it be mentally, physically, or spiritually. So mind, body, spirit thing is a really awesome concept. And at the end of the day, I've learned that when it comes to health, it's a journey. But I just love the concept and the fact that we as human beings have the ability to rest one day of the week from sunset to sunset. So I just really love that concept, and it's guided me to cooking more. And so I really enjoy making plant-based meals because it involves the full concept of total health, mind, body, and spirit. So in Asia, it reminds me of all the different things I learned, and one of the major things there was this concept of rest. So now let's go ahead and continue with our salad. We have some mandarin oranges, and we can put this in for the top. Next in our salad, we'll put some almonds, which can be a great source of protein. We'll sprinkle the salad with that. And I also chopped up some cabbage as well, if you see right here. Have some purple cabbage. It's one of my favorite. It's red cabbage actually. Put it in my salad. Can add a little bit more leaves. And I also like to make a peanut sauté sauce. And I top it with that. But before that, I will also add the other liquids like the aminos. I'll add some lemon juice. I also add some olive oil, or you can not add that if you don't want to add. Put some sesame oil. If you see it is really starting to take in the moisture from all the different liquids. So now I'm just stirring it. Okay, I'm gonna toss it. You can also put some oranges in the mixture. It smells really fresh from the sesame oil. All right, Now to give it that extra kick, I'm gonna also put some more almonds in there. To give it that extra kick, I'm gonna add some peanut sauté sauce. This is my favorite, favorite, favorite. I love peanuts, and I also love peanut butter. So I'm just gonna drizzle this over it. Okay, like so. It's fairly creamy. Okay, now we'll also put some more oranges. And then we'll top it off with some lime juice. You can also put some zest in there as well. So after you're all finished, you have something like this. And basically it brings out all the different, you can see the peanut sauté sauce that's all over it. You can see the richness of the purple cabbage, red cabbage, the carrots, and all the different things coming together. And if you smell it, you can definitely smell the sesame oil. It's really, really flavorful. So it just reminds me of all of my great times there. I miss it so much. But ultimately, when you travel the world, you also eat different cuisine. And this is something, if you can't travel, at least you can try the food. So try this recipe at home. This also brings us to our next recipe, which is chia pudding. And the recipe includes 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, 1 cup of unsweetened coconut milk, 1 tablespoon of cashews, your favorite fruit, and honey to taste. Now let's get started. The cool thing about chia seeds is it's a very great source of fiber. And if you feel it, it's really nice because they seem so small. But once you put a liquid inside of it and let it sit, they actually grow, and they really absorb the taste and the flavors of the liquid that you put inside of it. So for our chia pudding, what we're going to do is we're going to put the chia into, you could put into like a jar, a cup, anything like that. And then for the milk source, you can use almond milk, you can use coconut milk, whichever type of milk you would like to make your chia seeds taste really flavorful. You get to choose which one. So I'm gonna put in, sometimes like using coconut or almond. So just put that inside. And so right now, if you look at it, it kind of looks like a cereal with all the different milk inside. But the cool thing is, once you let this sit overnight, the chia seeds will directly absorb the liquid inside of your cup or whatever jar you use for it to be inside of. Fiber is really good for you because it helps to act like a broom within your system. It is a really good source of getting different toxins out of your body. It allows you to be regular. Fiber is a really good source to start incorporating in your diet. And it also reminds us that our diabetes support groups, we also talk about a lot of fiber, and then whole grain plants are really good to add as well. So you just let this mix, and then we're going to put some veggies aside. You'll put this in the refrigerator and let it sit overnight. And then we will prepare our different fruits. So when you're at home, you can decide what type of fruit you would like to add inside of your chia seeds or on top of. So I just cut this. I like kiwi, I also like strawberries. They're really good sources of antioxidants, and you can also choose what you like. The other thing that we'll add to this is some cashews and honey. Now, if you would like to add your honey, you can do that at the end just to taste after it's sat overnight. You can do that then, or you could add it inside while it's sitting. So I'll just chop up my kiwi. Kiwi is such a beautiful fruit. I love all the different seeds inside. It's so green and beautiful. All right, I'll just keep chopping, and then we'll add some strawberries. All right, so now the chia pudding is going to sit overnight, and when it's done, all you'll do is you'll top it with your fresh fruit. You'll add some cashews. You can toast it on a skillet, and then you'll put it on top, and it's ready to eat. So be sure to try it out. What I really like about doing chia puddings is that you can make it overnight. You can take it to work. It's a really good way if you do meal prepping, which is another key thing that I want to share with you. Meal prepping is an amazing thing that you can start incorporating in your lifestyle. A lot of times when it comes to cooking, it's very often that we're really busy and we don't want to come home every day from work and make a full meal and be elaborate and put all these different creative spices in it. It's nice if you have a day and every week where you prepare for your week. So that's essentially the principle of meal prepping. One of another key ingredients for meal prepping is having Tupperware so that you can ration out all your different meals for the week. So for example, if you're making this chia pudding, you can make a large enough quantity so that you could spread it day by day throughout the week. So I really like the concept of meal prepping because I love delicious meals and I don't like to be rushed, and sometimes when I'm rushed I eat something, it's possible that I could eat something that's unhealthy, but if I do meal prepping one day a week, or I could do one every 3 days, it enables me to eat healthy and to also feel good because I have some meals that I know exactly where all of my ingredients came from and they're fresh and delicious at the same time. So doing the chia pudding is a good day to do it like on a Sunday or one of the less busiest days of the week for you, and then you just portion it out for each day throughout the week. So that is our chia pudding, and you could have that, you know, for breakfast, you could have it for a light dinner. Another key principle that I really learned and that I love is to eat like a king or queen for breakfast. Essentially have your largest meal in the morning and then start to decrease your meal sizes as you go throughout the day. So that goes to our other principle that we shared in New Start, which is essentially temperance, and making sure not to overeat or overindulge, to when it comes to different meals, to make sure that you have the right portion and to not overdo it. That's how I incorporate that into that temperance principle into my approach towards food. So it's really nice to do a meal prep and also to use, you know, portion sizes that are healthy for our bodies to be at our optimal level. So this brings us to our next recipe, which is a strawberry banana smoothie. And the ingredients include 7 ounces of frozen strawberries, a half cup of orange juice, 1 banana, and ice cubes as desired. So let's get started on this refreshing smoothie. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off, for our strawberries, you'll just take off the green part. And then we'll get ready to put it in our smoothie. The one thing that I really like about smoothies is it allows me to have, you know, a lot of nutrients, and also it's not, you know, consumed in heat, so I'm able to get a more direct source of nutrients. So I like it since you could be raw when you're having a smoothie. Have a raw diet when you're having a smoothie, so you can put this in. But you want to make sure not to put too many rich ingredients in your smoothie so it doesn't add too many calories as well. So we put our strawberries in. Next, we're going to put a banana in there as well. Okay. I'm getting excited. I love smoothies, especially first thing in the morning. If I go for exercise in the morning, I really enjoy smoothies. And the cool thing, we just did the chia pudding. So you could actually put chia seeds in your smoothie. And so you can also have fiber directly in the smoothies that you eat. I really enjoy putting that just to top it off and add some additional nutrients in there. So you can put your pineapples in as well. and we put a little bit of orange juice. So we'll pour this in. Okay. Now it's time for us to give it a blend. But before I do that, I just want to look at all the different colors. To me, when I see food that's very colorful, it reminds me all the different types of nutrients I'm getting out of the dish. So we have the red from the strawberries, the yellow from the pineapples, and then we have the bananas as well as the orange juice. So what I really like about it, shows me that I'm getting different sources of nutrients. And again, I love to have them either if I'm going to have a light dinner, so going back to what we said earlier, having the heaviest meal in the morning, because usually we're most productive in the morning, and our bodies are starting to slow down as the day goes on, and we're burning less. So I like to, you could finish your day off with a nutritious smoothie, maybe something that has more kale and different things like that. That's a good way to also finish your day off. So I'm going to also add some ice as well. Okay, and we're going to blend it. All right, I'm super excited. Now, when you're making your smoothie at home, you can taste it to make sure the flavors are right, and you can also add anything you would like. So I'm going to take this delicious smoothie, pour it into my cup. All right. Now that is good. That is very, very, very good. This is a good way to start your day. So let's look at what we made today. We have the Detox water. We also have our Chia pudding. We also have our delicious smoothies over there. We have the strawberry banana, as well as the other smoothie we made with parsley. Then last but not least, we have our Asian salad. These are all light and refreshing meals and good to incorporate within your local and daily diet. So, again, I want to thank you so much for joining me at Creative Cooking, and I look forward to talking to you soon.